It's that time again. I'm the Angry Dwarf, and welcome back to the Angry Dwarf Studios uh, YouTube page or YouTube channel with our unboxing for Magic the Gathering. And today's unboxing is going to be for the for Zendikar Fat Pack. Now, as I'd mentioned in my previous video, the Battle for Zendikar Fat Packs have sparked a little bit of a controversy because of the content of the box, meaning the full art basic lands that you will find in the Battle for Zendikar set. And I'll show you one of these lands, which is this guy here. It doesn't look like your standard basic land. Your standard basic lands from previous sets for the modern era have all looked much different than this guy here. Okay, now this is a full art mountain. This is the traditional art mountain. Big difference. The full art lands are very popular. And as a result, because you get 80 full art lands in the Battle for Zendikar box sets, the demand for them on the secondary market has skyrocketed. The original retail price for the majority of the fat packs usually is anywhere from $35 to $40, sometimes up to $45. The last couple of expansions have had $45 Battle for Zendikar boxes. But you got to ask yourself, well, what do I get in a Battle for Zendikar or any of these fat packs? Well, if you saw the Oath of the Gatewatch fat pack unboxing that I did, you saw that you get an actual guide to the cards that are in the fat pack, as well as your pack of mana, which is usually going to be a stack of about 80 cards worth of basic lands. And then, of course, you get your 9 booster packs, as well as a collector box and some original art stuff. Well, that in and of itself is pretty awesome. But when you couple that with the fact that the full art lands are the main draw to some players for the Battle for Zendikar boxes like this, well, that's going to start driving the price up and the ability to find them in a retail store much less. I got lucky. I was able to find the last one of these for sale at my local all-night big box store for the retail price of what would have been roughly about $42. With tax and everything, I believe I paid maybe $46 for it. With that being said, though, the big thing to remember about this is that these are limited in their edition. So we're not talking, too huge of a, print run here, because these do eventually run out. Now, again, like I was saying before, my inner collector wants me to not open this, but I'm going to open it anyway. Sorry about that interruption there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up. So we're going to get our trusty and handy tomahawk. And we are going to go ahead and open up this box here. All right, here we go. Making sure that I don't damage anything within the packaging. All right. I like the fat pack boxes as well. They're pretty cool. All right, so there we go. We have the cellophane off. Now there's no turning back. All right, first things first, though. Let's go ahead and take a look at the slipcase, because the slipcover, first things first, here is our RFID tag. We don't need that. All right, so we have the boxes separated from each other, and of course, as you can see here, I'm going to slide out the catalog, which of course, when you go through it, has every card in the set listed. Piece of cardboard, no big deal. But here's the thing I like about these. You notice there's artwork inside here. So let's find our tab. Here we go. And of course it's got Stickum on it. Same type of rubber cement sort of Stickum that you'd have on some of your mail. Take that right off there. And here we go. A nice Battle for Zendikar cardboard banner. So pretty awesome. And what it is that it's the wraparound art for the actual box. Next we have our Zendikar end. We have the Planeswalker symbol down here at the bottom corner. There we go. You can see that. Magic the Gathering logo on top. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the box. We're going to have 2 more cardboard dividers. We don't need those. We have our Zendikar deck boxes. 1 and 2. And here we have our packs, our mana. And look at that. We have our countdown die. Countdown die for this, for the Zendikar box, is going to be white die this time around. And of course, for the 20, as you can see, the Battle for Zendikar symbol. And our pack of basic land. So let's go ahead and open this up. Now, of course, you've seen the Zendikar lands before this video because it's the Battle for Zendikar lands, the full art lands that are also in the Oath of the Gatewatch fat packs as well. The difference is Oath of the Gatewatch is an 84 card land pack that includes wastes, which I don't think wastes are included in this one because the wastes make the they generate the yeah, see, this does not have the wastes card in them because that generates the actual colorless mana itself. So the wastes are pretty much strictly Oath of the Gatewatch. So we've got ourselves 9 packs of Battle for Zendikar to get through. Not too terribly a daunting task, really. And again, I won't be reading through all of the cards. I'll be going through some of the more interesting ones. And of course, I will also be reading the rares. Again, honorable mention goes to Monster Energy Drink. Alright, so let's start this up. Okay, 9 packs. Battle for Zendikar. Pack number 1. Holy crap, would you look at that? We have cards. I know, I'm not that funny. When other people are sober. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. We have Altar's Reap, Call of the Scions, Royal Mage Trick, Swarm Surge, Belligerent Whiptail, Stonehaven Medic, Touch of the Void, Ondu Greathorn, Ondu Champion, McKindy Slide Runner. First of the 3 uncommons, we have a Grove Tender Druids, Vile Aggregate, Core Blade Whirl, a rare, well, what do you know, legendary creature, Zada, Hedron Grinder. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada, Hedron Grinder, copy that spell for each other creature you control that each other creature you control that the spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. Weird. Okay. What else do we have here? Well, look, we got a mountain and an Eldrazi Scion token. So not bad. Interesting rare. I don't know entirely how I would run that myself. I'm thinking probably some kind of direct damage, maybe. I don't know. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright, pack number 2. Coral Helm Guide. Narcana Assassin. Belligerent Whiptail. Stonehaven Medic. Natural Connection. Unnatural Aggression. Geyserfield Stalker. Cloud Manta. Sandstone Bridge. Toru Beastmaster. Here we go into now our uncommons. We have a Blood Monitor. Drana's Emissary. Hey, Hadron Archive. Our rare is Bring to Light. This has a Converge, so search your library for a creature, instant, or sorcery card with converted mana cost less or equal than to the number of colors of mana spent to cast Bring to Light. Exile that card, then shuffle your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. There we have an island and a core ally. Alright, so that's also kind of an odd rare, but that one I could see being useful as well too, because you can just start casting spells without paying its mana cost, and it's exiled, but you can still use it. I don't know. It's crazy. All right. Next pack. Pack number 3 of 9. What we got here? All right, so Swarm Surge, another Call of the Scions, Merc Strider, Voracious Null, Fortified Rampart, 0/6 Defender. Pretty nice. Belligerent Whiptail. Dominator Drone. I use these in one of my decks. They're good. Undo Champion. Ghostly Sentinel, 3/3 Flying Vigilance. It's Core Spirit. Pretty good. Benthic Infiltrator. It's unblockable with the ingest mechanic. I'll probably start using these guys too. Processor Assault. First of my uncommons here. As an additional cost to cast, Processor Assault, put a card an opponent owns from Sorry, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So it's devoid, which means it is ultimately colorless. As an additional cost to cast Processor Assault, put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Processor Assault deals 5 damage to target creature. That's interesting. Core Blade Whirl. Dampening Pulse. Creature your opponent controls get -1, -0. It's an enchantment. And the rare for this one is Akum Hellkite. Nice, it's a dragon. With Landfall. Let's see. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akum Hellkite deals 1 damage to target creature or player. If that land is a mountain, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. That's pretty nice. This would be pretty handy. Nice direct damage. And we have a full Plains and an Eldrazi Scion token. All right, not bad. All right, next pack. So far, this fat pack's turned out pretty decent. All right, what else have we got here? Some good stuff in these sets, I got to tell you. Here we have Anticipate, Mindraker, Territorial Belloth, Royal Mage's Trick, Mackenzie Patrol, Nettle Drone, Shadow Glider, Dominator Drone, Stone Fury, Ghostly Sentinel, Angel of Renewal. It's an uncommon. 5 generic and a white. Flying, when Angel of Renewal enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. That's pretty cool. Molten Nursery. It's devoid. It's enchantment. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, Molten Nursery deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Ulamog's Reclaimer. It's devoid. When Ulamog's Reclaimer enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile to that player's graveyard. If you do, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So this is good with the ingest stuff. Here we go. Angelic Captain. Flying. Whenever Angelic Captain attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each of the other attacking allies. And of course, we got ourselves a Forest and an Eldrazi token. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, let's see what we got with this one. Next pack. One of the things I like about the Zendikar block is that it does give you a bunch of stuff to work with. Alright, here we have a Mindraker, Territorial Baloth, Clutch of Currents, Goblin War Paint, Tandem Tactics, Complete Disregard, Ruin Processor, Skyline Cascade. Oh, that's a land. Skyline Cascade enters the battlefield tapped. When Skyline Cascade enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls does not untap during its controller's next untap step. Eyeless Watcher. Rush of Ice. Very cool. Tap target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. And if you cast Awaken, the way it works is Awaken 3, also put 3 1/1 counters on target land you control, and it becomes a elemental creature with haste. It is still a land. By the way, Rush of Ice does not mean that it's a creature only until end of turn, so pretty brutal there. Alright, so we got Stasis Snare. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Stasis Snare leaves the battlefield. I ran into these myself. They're kind of a pain, but I like them. Royal Spout. Put target creature on top of its owner's library. Encircling Fissure. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures target opponent controls. It also has an Awaken. Nissa's Renewal. Search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library, and you gain 7 life. It's pretty spiffy. And we got a Mountain and an Eldrazi Scion token. So yeah, Nissa's Renewal, pretty awesome card. Good stuff. But hey, what do you expect? It's green. You know, it's going to give you land advantage and life. It's what it does. It's what it does. In the words of Bill Cosby, you know, you see what it does here is that it's this, and it gives you extra life, and then the jello pudding. Alright, so let's jump ahead to the end of this pack. An emblem for Kiora. Whenever creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight target creature. Cool. And we have a swamp. Alright, so Seek the Wilds, Coralhelm Guide, Narcana Assassin, Stonehaven Medic, Volcanic Upheaval, Tundra Beastmaster, Demon's Grasp. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Another Skyline Cascade, very cool. Eldrazi Sky Swapper, Ruin Processor. Alright, and here we go into our uncommons. We have our Expedition Envoy, Void Attendant, Retreat to Hargra. Let's see what our rare is. Lantern Scout. has a rally. Whenever Lantern Scout or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. That's pretty awesome. It's a little 3-cast, 3/2. It's pretty powerful, really, for a low casting cost creature like that. But if you really think about it, the rarity on it, should make it, worth it. If that makes any sense to you guys. All right, so next token is an Eldrazi Scion. Island for land. Here we have an Altar's Reap, Plummet, Coral Helm Guide, Crosslook Sentinel, Kindy Patrol, Ruined Processor, another Skyline Cascade. Something tells me I'm going to be making a blue deck. Eyeless Watcher, another Rush of Ice. Yeah, probably going to make a blue deck. Silent Skimmer. Alright, here we go into our uncommons. We have an Occam Stonewaker. Has Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I may pay 2 and a red. If I do, put a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste onto the battlefield. Exile that token at the beginning of the next step. So basically, it makes ball lightnings. I like that. Zilliport Cutthroat. This guy's nasty. Whenever Zilliport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Another Pilgrim's Eye. I like these. And what's our rare? What's our rare? It's a rare. Another legendary creature. Munda, Ambush Leader. Has haste. And it has rally. Whenever Munda, Ambush Leader, or another ally creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you do, reveal any number of ally cards from among them and put those cards on top of your library in any order, and the rest on the bottom in any order. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about getting the Zilliport Cutthroat, honestly, because I've been looking to add them to my black and blue deck. So any more of those I can get, the happier I will be. Let's see here. We got rules reference card. Awesome. Last 2 packs, guys. Last 2 packs. Wow. Hard to believe it's been 7 packs we've been through already in this fat pack. So before I get to the last 2 packs here, I would like to just say a couple of words very quickly because we're actually running a little bit ahead of the schedule. So I would just like to toss it out there that Magic the Gathering is an awesome hobby, and it is a very fun game. And if you have the opportunity to purchase your cards through a local hobby shop, if at all possible, do so. Now, obviously, I've mentioned going to big box stores to get cards and things like that. And every once in a while you may have to, but if you do have the option, if it's within your ability to do so, if you can, I do recommend actually going to a local store, local hobby shop or whatnot to get your cards, mainly because it's the local shops that keep everything in business, and it's the source of being able to play Friday Night Magic and other organized events. So if you ever have the opportunity to do so, definitely get your stuff from your local store, because if you support them, then they can actually help support you, whether it's giving you the opportunity to play at their facilities, or the chance to actually meet new people, meet friendly players, and everything like that too. Once again, 2 very big shouts out to some of the shops. Actually, I want to do a 3rd shout out with all of this too. The first shout out I'm going to do, of course, is going to be to the guys over at Pandemonium Games. Big fan of theirs. The owner and I go way back. Very cool cat. Very awesome new store that they have in Garden City, Michigan. Check them out. The next store that I want to recommend is RIW Hobbies. I've always had a good experience going there. I play Friday Night Magic there from time to time. Very cool people, very good staff, always have a good selection. And the newest out of the 3 stores that I would very much like to give a big props to is Pieces and Pages in Livonia, Michigan. They are a very cool little shop. They do not only magic, and they do have some Friday Night Magic and stuff like that there, but the other thing with it too is that they also do comics, they do board games, and they do proper books. They really don't have much of a budget for advertising. Their growth and sustenance has been coming from word of mouth. So, just as a little bit of a tip of the hat to Jill, the owner, I definitely want to say, hey, thanks for showing me around the store the first time I ever came there. Very cool, very pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to being a patron of yours and mentioning your shop on our podcast and on our videos, just like we do now. So, last 2 packs for this Battle of Zendikar unboxing. Let's check it out. All right, so let's see. Yeah. All right, so first of the last 2 packs here. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see here. First thing I see, Call of the Scions, Merc Strider, Voracious Null, Ornreath Invoker, Felidar Cub, Goblin Warpaint, Undo Champion, Gideon's Reproach, Vestige of Emrakul, Ghostly Sentinel, Tunneling Geopede. So the first of our 3 uncommons here. It's Landfall Creature. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Tunneling Geopede deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh, that's gross. Jadi Offshoot. 0/3 Defender for 1 green. Has Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Land Spawning Bed. Add 1 generic to your mana pool. Or pay 6 generic and tap. Sacrifice Spawning Bed. Put 3 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature tokens onto the battlefield, and they have sacrificed this creature and add 1 generic mana to your mana pool. And our rare, Ruinous Path. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. And we got a forest and a dragon token. Cool stuff. I like these Ruinous Paths. These are pretty hardcore. And here we go, folks. Final pack of our Battle of Zendikar Fat Pack. Let's see what we got here. I have here a Kalstra Healer. Oh, I saw something foil in the back there. Reclaiming Vines. Salvage Drone. Swarm Surge. Belligerent Whiptail. Oh yeah, we got a foil in this pack, I'm telling you. Angelic Gift. Smite the Monstrous. Kozilek's Channeler. Vestige of Emrakul. We have Rolling Thunder as our first uncommon. Rolling Thunder deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. Alright, well we know we got a mountain, and we got an Eldrazi Scion token. Let's see what else we got. Alright, so that's our first uncommon. The second uncommon, Hagra Sharpshooter. 4 generic and a black. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Pretty expensive, as a cast on it, but whatever. Olamog's Reclaimer. Oh, wow. Void Winnower, Mythic Rare Eldrazi. Your opponents can't cast spells with even converted mana costs. Even 0 counts as even. Your opponents cannot block with creatures with even converted mana costs. That is gross. And he's an 11/9 for 9 generic. So what's our foil? Legendary Mythic Rare Foil. Ometh, Locus of Rage. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token onto the battlefield. Whenever Omineth, Locus of Rage, or another elemental you control dies, Omineth deals 3 damage to target player or creature. Wow. That is Shemexy. Shemexy. That's nice and gross. Nice and gross. In fact, I am going to go off camera for a moment. Let me just leave this card right here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the supposed value of this card. Now, here's the thing. Just because it is a mythic rare does not necessarily mean that it is an expensive card. But it's a mythic rare, but it's a mythic rare foil. So it could have a little bit of secondary value on it. Either way, I think it's pretty cool because that's the first mythic rare foil that I have ever pulled out of a fat pack. So let's see what we got here. All right. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to go to trollandtoad.com. I like going to Troll and Toad for looking up card prices. They've been in the business for the longest time as far as finding prices and stuff for Magic the Gathering cards. They've been one of the longest sources for buying singles online. They've been around since, the 1990s. All right, so here we have Omineth, Locus of Rage. And let's see here. All right, so this is the foil, and this guy is currently going for about $9. So, again, not the most expensive, but pretty cool find, I think. Pretty cool find. So, that being said, I like it. I think it's a pretty cool card. So, you're probably going to ask me, so what do you think of the Battle of Zendikar Fat Pack? I think it was a pretty good buy. I really do. And again, like I was saying at the very beginning of the video, one of the reasons why these have gone for such a high value is because of the full art lands. This is where Magic the Gathering does have a slightly ugly side, is because of the secondary market. Always has been, always will be an issue for this game. But I can honestly tell you, though, as somebody who is more of a casual player currently than anything else, I think the Fat Pack was a pretty good investment. I'm going to enjoy seeing that box sitting up on my shelf with my other Fat Pack boxes. And, well, quite frankly, to me, this has been probably one of the better purchases that I've gotten in a while. So, yeah, so the verdict is in. I think it's a pretty good setup. I really do. And I really can't wait until the new expansion, which we're going to see this very soon. Here, let me actually turn the camera so you guys can kind of see my ugly mug. How's it going, folks? All right, so the next expansion that we're going to see is going to be Shadows of Innistrad, which is going to be out in April of 2016. And from everything I've seen, the Shadows of Innistrad expansion is going to be kind of in the same vein as, like, Battle for Zendikar. It's going back to a previous setting in the game, so we'll get to see a bit more about it. So, until next time, I would just like to say thank you again for joining us and for watching this video. And I look forward to doing more unboxings. What I'd like for you to do is definitely give us a suggestion. What would you like to see us potentially do an unboxing for? What other content would you like to see on our channel? Obviously, Magic the Gathering has been a big thing for us lately, but I will tell you this. We are currently working on a way to actually stream our Dungeons and Dragons games coming up soon to possibly go onto a Twitch channel. But I'm going to be talking to my partner in crime, Kitty Smasher, about that. So, again, I am the Angry Dwarf. Don't forget to join us for This Nerdy Life, the Nerdcore Life podcast that's going to be hitting SoundCloud in the month of March. Look for our preview episode, however, before March comes. And, of course, keep your ears peeled for new episodes of Rant and Rage, the comedy podcast that we do where we talk about gaming news and give our very, very biased opinions about a lot of that stuff. So can't wait to have you join us again. I am the Angry Dwarf, thanking you very much for sitting through this video, and I look forward to making more for you guys. Don't forget to hit us up at rantragepod@gmail.com, or you can visit us on Twitter at rantragepod on Twitter, or you can see my own personal Twitter, which is going to be the Wes Grigg on Twitter. So look forward to talking to you guys again. Thank you very much for joining us for this video.